sounds, really. I rustled the papers and cleared my throat. And somehow, at that moment, terrified as I was able to make a firm decision. I decided that I was going to make this guy who was standing up reading with me, Pasquale, though I didn't know his name yet, sit down. The force of my character's personality would give him no choice. How was I going to accomplish this? I had no clue. He read his first line. Something about how he had been talking to the girls, trying to persuade the girls to come to his makeout party. Then I opened my mouth, and something very odd happened. What came out was a voice that was not mine, one that I had never heard or used before, deeper and lower in my chest than my regular speaking voice. Assured, authoritative, rough around the edges, I pointed at Pasquale. I said. I had his full attention. Let me do this from now on, I ordered him, in that voice. You don't talk to the girls. You have me talk to the girls. He was backing up involuntarily. You got it? I said, in that voice. Now Pasquale was slowly lowering himself into a chair. I'm not sure he even realized he was. Now he was sitting down. Instead of reading his lines, he was just nodding, silently. Then I was done. That was it. I beamed at the people behind the table, tossed my script up in the air, sauntered out of the room like the badass I was pretending to be. Who was I really? That's always been the big question. And it's taken me 50 years to realize there really is a me inside me. If you'd asked me back then, I would have told you all I knew at the time. Henry Franklin Winkler, formerly of 210 West 78th Street, apartment 10A, New York, New York. The son of Harry and Ilsa, younger brother of B. I had a BA in drama with a minor in psychology from Emerson College in Boston, one of the 2 schools of the 28 I applied to that actually accepted me. I'd somehow managed to scrape through 4 years of Emerson despite the fact that I really couldn't read. I mean that literally. Reading was not then, is not now, and never has been my forte. At Emerson, I once wrote a report on a book by the French sociologist Émile Durkheim by looking at the chapter headings in the table of contents and channeling a sense of what he was talking about. I got a B- on that paper. I was a terrible student, as far back as I can remember. This was a real problem for my parents. From my earliest days, the only thing I wanted to do was act. Now and then, my mother and father pretended to indulge me. A charming childhood photograph shows a 7-year-old Henry on the telephone. The joke I made later was that I was calling my agent. In my senior year at Emerson, I applied to the Yale School of Drama, the creme de la creme of drama schools, despite thinking, oh my God, how could you possibly do this? It's Yale. You've been told you're stupid. It's Yale. It's not only the creme de la creme of drama schools, but of students from all over the world. How dare you think you can? But finally, I said, I'm just going to try. It was the schizophrenia of, are you crazy? How dare you? But finally, oh, just shut up and try it. When I do speaking engagements, I say, you can't catch a fish unless your fly is in the water. At my Yale audition, when it came to performing the Shakespearean monologue I'd been told to memorize, I suddenly realized it had completely fallen out of my head. So instead, I improvised something on the spot, something I thought sounded Shakespearean-ish, and miracle of miracles, I got into the Yale School of Drama. I mostly played 14-year-olds in student productions. I was short and baby-faced, but I got the chance to act in plays by Euripides, T.S. Eliot, Eugene O'Neill. I was in the Greek chorus of the Bacchae. By my 3rd year, I had grown enough to play Albert Einstein in Friedrich Dürrenmatt's The Physicists, speaking in my parents' German accent and wearing a curly wig and my father's 1930s shoes.